first ever meeting between these two, by the way. Ooh, nice little angle volley from Genie Bouchard.
And Genie, we see there, because she's tall, and when she's stretched out on that backhand side, she could still keep two hands on the paddle, which gives her a little more control.
So would you say Genie's height and length would be the build of a female that could challenge Annalie Waters with, if a player could get up to that caliber of athleticism with Waters?
Yeah, so I was just going to add that. It's the height, the length, plus and the athleticism. Right. That is such a key part.
I feel like that's the only winning formula against Waters at the moment with how dominant she is. You have to find somebody that has something that she's not, which would be height, right?
Exactly. And then, you know, the knowledge, the anticipation. Where am I going to hit balls? Where's my opponent going to hit shots? That's such a massive part of the game, which is a tough thing to teach. It's kind of like you just figure that out over time the more you play.
1-2. Tied up.
Lane Sleeth and Jaume Martinez-Vic watching on center.
That's the height from Bouchard we're talking about. If you don't hit a really good passing shot, she's more than likely going to be there, going to be able to put those balls away.
Nice run for Alix Truong.
And Truong, we talked about it yesterday. She's young, 20 years old, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But it does feel like
Fresh
she's been
20.
around, 3-4 years, played a ton of pickleball. And so she's very confident, very experienced, and comfortable out on the court.
Turned 20 on January 14th.
I just turned 20.
Fresh 20.
But when you look at these two ladies, one's played 500 matches, one's played 50. The experience definitely in the favor of Truong.
Oh, no. 2 leg cords for Genie Bouchard.
If you're Bouchard, you just got to smile at that one, right? Back-to-back leg cords, you don't see that too often.
Overcooked it wide for Bouchard. Run. Would love to get your thoughts up to this point on any suggestions you'd make to Genie Bouchard at this point in the match.
For Bouchard, it's just airs right now. We just saw one. But, out of the 7 points that Truong's won, 5 or so have come off Bouchard airs. She just needs to clean everything up.
Alix Truong playing really well with that Yola paddle right now. We'll pointed that out yesterday a bit. Definitely has some more power to her game.
Again, another error. Sometimes in tennis with longer sets, you can start off a little slow, work your way back into a set. In pickleball, these games are a little shorter. You don't have the time to work your way into these games. You can't come out sluggish for 5-6 points and go down 7-1 like Bouchard is right now.
And she's so good at the net when she gets there, Bouchard, because that length definitely trumps the height on the other side of Alix Truong. So you'd think she maybe would work that in a little bit more, getting to the net first?
I think so. That's got to be her game plan, I think, no matter who she's playing. If she can get to the net and use the athleticism, anticipate well, that's where she's going to have the most success on the singles court.
2-7. 3-7. Point. 4-7.
Oh, well played. Alix Truong is on it. Great get by Bouchard, but Truong was right there for the follow-up.
Just a good, solid point from Truong. She developed it well, came to the net, took 3 balls to put it away.
7-4.
Oh, and Bouchard gets away with one there. The first backhand pass line was going deep. Truong plays it.
Nice. Better contact point that time for Bouchard on the overhead. Hops around the corner. Very Tennessee in this finish, obviously.
5-7. Point. Receiver, 6-7.
And now Alix Truong feeling some score, setting their aspirations high as they watch Pickleball live. Great point for Bouchard to tie it at 7. I mean, this seemed out of reach for Genie. It felt like we were going to flip the page and go to game 2, but it shows a lot of fight.
Yeah, she's done a great job of, just like her pickleball career, turning things around early. She's done that in this match. Was down 7-1. You blink, it's 7-all.
7-7.
That's a nice pass. Alix Truong goes cross court, beats Bouchard on the forehand side.
There's a little extra mustard behind that pass. And you can see you can hear Truong with the audible come on after, trying to get herself, trying to find that momentum.
Well, Genie did take a few left cords earlier in this game, so she'll take one back.
She was owed one.
Yeah, she was. Give her credit too, like you were talking about earlier, where it was, I felt like maybe she was. Oh, just surrendered it.
She actually avoided the kitchen.
She did.
But it was a lose-lose at that point.
Yeah.
Right? It was either step in the kitchen, get back into the point, and lose the point because you stepped in the kitchen, or just keep tiptoeing around it and hope that Truong missed the easiest shot in the world, which he didn't.
Great approach for Bouchard. It seemed like she was almost surprised that the return went in.
Right, it was like a delayed approach. She hit the return, realized it was really good, and then because of her length, snuck in. And, it's only 2-3 steps for her, and then close it or finish the point well with a nice volley to the open court.
Too good, Alix Truong. Ripping and roaring.
And Bouchard finding a nice rhythm on these returns right now. She's really going after it. Most of them have great depth.
Interesting note about the draw for this one, Sam. Catherine Parento is in the same quarterfinal bracket as Annalie Waters. So keep a lookout for that one. Mary Brasha was the defending silver medalist here. And winner of this one will face Caitlin Christian, who is 4 for 4 in reaching finals for 2025.
Right behind Annalie Waters. Definitely, in my opinion, the second best singles player on the women's side at the moment. The ranking reflects that as well.
Bouchard will take game point on the miss of Alix Truong. This is a tough part of the draw. And a missed return will do it. Genie Bouchard takes the first, but a whole lot of player in women's singles right now.
0-0.
Bouchard's got to feel great about game one. Down 7-1. Takes a timeout, changes the momentum. Rolls through 10 points in a row.
Great opening point for Truong.
And Truong beat Bouchard with pace there on that final passing shot. Great lob from Bouchard midpoint. But Truong does a good job of battling and scrapping and coming out on top. Good approach from Truong, but a great response from Bouchard. Able to get out there, use her legs, get down low, and hit a kind of a cross-court, aggressive, you know, trying to go for like a two-ball passing shot, I guess you would say. And Truong pushes the volley wide. But we were complimenting her overhead just 5 minutes ago, right? There's so much more pressure hitting an overhead in pickleball than tennis. So much more difficult to put it away.
What's a harder mental game, pickleball or tennis? Sure, they're different, but
it's case by case. I want to say pickleball, just because it's shots like that. It's a short forehand. It looks easy, but it's not actually easy to bring that ball down. Tennis, I feel like with the strings, it's a you know, a little more forgiving. Pickleball can be frustrating at times, you know, because you can miss a routine dink, and you're watching. You're like, did I just watch a professional miss a tiny little dink? Like that didn't seem possible, but you have to be able to be mentally strong, move on from those misses that seem easy.
Nice, Genie Bouchard. After the winner of a volley strikes home a passing shot down the line. Not too long ago, knocked off the world number 2 as well in Palm Springs at the first Grand Slam event of 2025, Brooke Buckner. That, I think, solidified to me that Genie is serious and a serious contender in this. Like, that win was validating in a lot of ways. Oh boy. Clunker off the tape, clunker back off the tape.
Great adjustment from Bouchard to just recognize that ball hits the tape. Oh my gosh, I got to do something here. Watch this replay. Gets a lucky let court back herself. That's tricky.
And 3 points here in game 2 on Alix Truong. That's nice.
You don't get many clean winners from the baseline when you know your opponent's at the baseline as well, but that is ripped. Bouchard stays low, swings through the ball.
She kind of shrugged it off like she didn't know how she hit it. Oh. Smart play from Truong. Genie Bouchard right there, though. When we talk about step and footwork efficiency, Genie has that too. You talk about, you know, Ben Johns, who can move to the ball really well. Emily Waters, Genie Bouchard has that great court awareness too. Ryan Sherry has talked about that. Great movement from Alix Truong, keeping Genie Bouchard on her toes.
Right, and that's a great volley from Truong back behind Bouchard. The volley actually wasn't hit that great. But because Bouchard is a taller player, she struggles, I think, to stop, go back the other way.
Truong not going away silently. Back within 2.
3-5.
Oh no, missed the overhead. Kind of babied the backhand volley where she had Alix Truong beat.
Exactly. The overhead wasn't the problem in that point. It was that volley we just saw. I think she figured Truong was going to maybe just kind of stay near the net and not actually run for that ball. Genie needed to do a little more with that volley.
Yeah, Alix Truong is quick. Tie game, 5 apiece.
This is kind of like game one just flipped. Truong having a big lead, Bouchard coming back. Now Bouchard with the big lead in game two, Truong coming back. Bouchard made sure she put that one away. A little extra oomph on that backhand volley. That's twice now. Bouchard's hit that shot in this game where she stays low. Hits that approach just a couple inches over the net. And Truong, there's nothing she can do about that.
Left cord.
Great response with the left cord.
Need the Colin Johns hotline for those.
5-6.
See on that shot, Bouchard, she didn't fall through with her backhand swing. She kind of poked at it. You want to stay down, drive through it. Make sure you follow through over to the other side of your body.
Wow, great gets from Genie Bouchard. That was unbelievable defense. Truong had her on the ropes. Bouchard made her hit one more. Great anticipation, too. Read the volley. Beat her to the punch.
6-6.
The first pickup from Bouchard was so good. Truong does a good job of moving up, getting to the short ball easily, and hitting a nice pass line that Bouchard was actually there, just pushes the forehand volley wide.
6-6.
Off the tape it goes. Truong steals back a 1-point lead. By the way, update from men's field. Ignatowicz falls to Tom Evans, the Aussie, advancing to the round of 16.
7-6.
Nice.
It's like a Ben Johns passing shot. We saw him do that earlier about 25 times.
But not every player can pull that off, because if you are on the read, easier ball to get back than a passing shot with a lot of pace, right?
Yeah, but Genie Bouchard very comfortable on that backhand side. That's a shot she can make time and time again.
Just wide for Alix Truong. Bouchard back to tie it at 7. Just wide again for Truong, who might have to challenge this one. Nope, she won't.
Looked a little wide from up here.
Yep, I agree. Just deep. Bouchard commanding the kitchen.
Truong crawled her way back in that point. Actually had a look at that final pass. Just a little too much force behind it. Sails long. Bouchard, a good job leaving that final shot.
8-7.
Again, that forehand volley from Bouchard. She was in the right position, just didn't do enough with it. Got to get up there, fire it cross court. She allowed Truong to get back in it, and Truong made her pay with the great pass cross court herself.
Truong right back in it. Tie game at 8.
Two early on, kind of both players winning 4 or 5 points in a row, but it's turned into a back and forth battle here later in game 2.
Ooh, what a shot from Alix Truong. Buries it to the corner.
Yep, and a great job from Truong going back behind Bouchard. See, Bouchard was anticipating the cross-court pass.
It's a great hold by Truong. Needs 2 to force the decider. Bouchard gets it back, punching the volley to the corner, forcing Alix Truong on the run on the backhand side. Harder to hit passing shots when you're on the run. Genie knows that all too well.
Yep, and it's also harder to hit passing shots at 8-9 when you've got Bouchard at the net, you know.
8-9.
That 5'10" frame. Every shot's more difficult later in games or later in the match. You know, it's just the pressure starts to build. That's what kind of separates the great player from the good players.
Oh, what a survival strategy from Truong, just barely out of reach of Bouchard. Stylish looking game point for Alix Truong.
10-8.
Third game it is. Alix Truong with another big rip on the backhand side will set.
Tougher spots, there's softer spots week in, week out. If you play the entire year, you're going to find yourself in sections that are a little weaker. You're going to find your sections like this that are tougher. But I don't think we're surprised with this result. Before the day started, when we were looking at matches, I think we thought this was going to be a tough one. Thought it had a good chance to go 3.
That's wide for Truong, just by a couple of inches. Oh, that was close. Do you think it was just wide, though, for Truong?
I actually think it did catch the line. It looked like Bouchard made a
Oh,
signal
really?
that it was out, but it did find the line.
0-2.
Tell Genie was itching to get up to the net, was trying to find her moment to get there. Perhaps overran that forehand just a bit.
But that's a great mindset from Bouchard.
Yes.
She should be looking to get to the net every time. She should be hitting a forehand or a backhand and hoping that the next ball is going to be short.
That's in a lot of ways why I think Emily Waters is so good, because she doesn't wait. She, even on a ball that you think is defensive, she turns it into offense and gains leverage at the net.
Yeah, and even if she misses those, it's the right play. She wins and loses every point on her own terms. Which, as a player, that's all you want to do. It makes wins and losses easier if you're doing everything you want to do. Just do that, and the outcome is the outcome after that. And not the start Truong wanted to get going in the third. A few loose airs from her side.
Ball went into the bleachers, so we'll get a new Vulcan V Pro flight. Title ball sponsor of the Carvana PPA Tour.
4-1.
I have this discussion with players sometimes. It's true in tennis and pickleball. You know, if you win the first set, does the second set feel like you can carry momentum to it, or does it you start from scratch? You know, in this case, Truong winning that second set, and it's almost as if she has no momentum going to the third set. And you wonder, is it truly a fresh start in every game? In this case, in pickleball or in tennis, every set. Both players feel differently with that mindset.
1-5.
Ooh.
You see Bouchard, like a lot of the women, prefers to hit the volley on the backhand side with both hands on the paddle. It allows for so much more control.
Nice, clean sweep for Alix Truong. What's your preference on the backhand volley?
Two hands. You know, on the men's side, you don't see a lot of guys use the two hands.
3-5.
Oh, goodness.
What a volley from Truong, the
That was
backspin
so
on that.
good.
Bouchard actually got a decent jump on it, but the ball had so much backspin. We'll see it here. Even if she was there, I don't know if she was going to do anything with it.
4-5.
Funky bounce for Alix Truong and a great run. It's trailing 5-1, rattled off 3 straight. Now Bouchard with a chance to gain a 2-point edge at the end change.
It felt like a much-needed run from Truong.
Staying right there in the mix.
That's so frustrating for a player coming out of a timeout or a change of end, missing that first shot. Just feels unexcusable sometimes. Like, I've been thinking about it, thinking about what I want to do, and you just don't execute.
Just wide for Bouchard. Trying to thread the needle. Coming up next for us here on center, it's Jack Sock and Anik Lohani. I think that one might be a 3-gamer as well. We'll see. Perfectly played by Alix Truong. Drop volley she's been utilizing, though, the entire match.
And the approach shot from Truong, I actually liked there. It was actually hit a little shorter. She forced Bouchard to kind of try to hit a passing shot from kind of down near her ankles, which is difficult to do.
Nice. Truong goes back once, twice, 3 times for the pass.
It was very calculated for Truong. It was almost as if she was playing for a 3-ball passing shot. She had a good dink when Bouchard came up, good backhand angle, and then finished it with another good backhand angle for the win.
6-7.
hustle. It's deep, though, for Truong.
And again, Bouchard, she's a little hesitant on some of these shots where the entire court is open.
Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes that is a little tougher. You really don't want to miss an entire open court, but Truong is quick, almost let her back in the point.
Yeah, you wonder what the inner dialogue is when there's an open court. Easier said than done, for sure.
You get so much. I remember in tennis, sometimes you'd have the open court, and you always tell yourself, don't miss it, don't miss it, which is the worst thing you could tell yourself as any athlete.
6-7. Start out.
Great work at the kitchen from Bouchard. It's like a weight was lifted off her shoulders.
Right, and Bouchard anticipated that final cross-court passion shot from Truong. She's been burned on that a few times here in Game 3. Bouchard holds her ground and then does a good job of putting away the volley with the two-handed volley.
Nice pass. Bouchard hung in there. You felt like Truong had the advantage, and then Bouchard spots the opening.
9-6.
Nice. Great aggressive play. Alix Truong, fleet of foot at the kitchen, quick shuffle step to her left. Immediately decides to go to the net, gains the advantage. This return from Bouchard, 2-point game continues.
7-9.
Serve. That gained leverage for Truong to get to the kitchen first. Deep serve right off the baseline. Not a lot of room for Bouchard to go on that return. Chance to tie it here for Truong.
8-9.
Could be costly for Truong. Felt like that was the moment for her to tie it and take it. We'll see.
Yep, and you just at that moment you want to, like I said, you got to eliminate the errors. Make Bouchard earn these points.
Whew. Oh, Truong sent a really nice deep return. Very risky, but high reward there too.
And that's a pass Bouchard's going to make, 7 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times. Ball just clips the tape, but she's very comfortable hitting backhand passing shots. And Truong again back behind Bouchard. She knows that's a play against her. She knows that Bouchard is a little more vulnerable, planting and going and covering the shot that's back behind her. Nice work from Alix Truong.
Down the line, winner. Gutsy play. Truong takes match point.
Match point. 10-9.
Wow. Bouchard steals the serve back, surviving to stay in the match.
Right, what a way to stay in the match. Down match point, Bouchard had to hit about 8 quality shots to finally come away with the winner. Handful of those close to the line as well.
You can tell there was a lot of desire for Genie Bouchard. She wasn't going to surrender this match, not like that. She wants to go out on her terms. Sneaky angle 2 to tie it 10-all.
Bouchard's so good that backhand side of the net when she's in position. She kind of has she uses the length of her arms, gets both arms out in front and pokes away the angle.
And Alix Truong snaps right back. Beautiful volley, beautiful approach. It's anyone's match now. It's been an hour-long grind for both players so far in this one.
10-10.
Bouchard gets to the net first. Great approach. Finds the corner. Doesn't give Truong any room.
Just great pressure from Bouchard. You know, even if Truong were to hit a passing shot there and win that, if you're Bouchard, you just say too good. She needs to keep moving forward just like she's doing.
Baseline grind, side out surrendered. Truong back to serve now.
10-10.
Looking for a second match point. Genie Bouchard steals back the serve.
Yeah, and that's what she needed to do on the previous point. I think there was a ball. Her third ball was one that she could have hit and come to the net. Just puts so much pressure on Truong if Bouchard can find her way into the net, especially at 10-10 in game 3.
10-10. Side out.
Truong did a great job of handling a serve that was about 2 inches from the line and actually puts the return back nice and deep, not allowing Bouchard to step in, get to the net off her own third.
Ooh, another crafty volley from Truong. Misses the follow-up volley, though, just wide. Had the setup she desired.
Yeah, and I think if you're Truong there, I think she was actually expecting a better shot from Genie Bouchard and kind of got jammed on it.
10-10.
Genie Bouchard takes advantage of the volley, popped short. Match point number 1 for Bouchard.
11-10.
Gutsy performance for Genie Bouchard. Saved a match point against. Rallied back to take it in 3. Every point earned. Every shot made. Genie Bouchard is moving on to the round of 16.
Yeah, phenomenal match from both ladies. And what I loved was at 10-all in game 3, Bouchard, the final 2 points were won with her coming to the net. She did what she needs to do to win these matches. I want to see her get up there as much as she can. That's well done from Genie Bouchard.
Well done and well earned. We're going to step aside for